Hello and welcome to the second installment of Classical Guitar Tips. This one supported by the Bob Firestone Foundation. Thanks, Bob. We will be covering the right hand position in the classical style in this segment. Part 1. Forming the right hand. In this exercise, we'll use a ball. You can select one of 3 different types based on the size of your hand. Ages infant to 8, a ping pong ball. Ages 8 plus, a racquetball works great. And for a large adult hand, a lacrosse ball works very well. Place the ball in the palm of your hand. Notice how the hand forms itself around the ball. The knuckle joints slope downward to the curvature of the ball. The palm of the hand rounds out. Let's now look at it from another angle. Place the ball on a table and cup your hand around the ball. Let your index, middle, and ring finger touch the surface of the table. The table represents the flat surface of the string. Notice that the hand rounds itself so that these 3 fingers can touch the flat surface. This is the ideal form for your right hand when you play the guitar. Setting up the right hand begins with good posture. Having a footstool or other guitar support will help tremendously. I'm demonstrating a routine called the wave, bow, wave routine with a footstool. First I wave. My hand slides up to the 12th fret. I bring the guitar up on the right leg. Foot goes down. I stand up with the guitar still on the leg and I bow. Sit. Footstool. Right arm brings the guitar down. Right arm slides to playing position and I wave again. This is the first lesson I teach to all my beginners. It's so important from the beginning to have a balanced playing position with a footstool. And here I'm holding the guitar without the use of the hands. Practice this and master this routine. The back is aligned and upright. The shoulders are relaxed and in a neutral place. I'm using a lacrosse ball to demonstrate the correct form of the hand. The forearm lays over the top edge of the guitar, but be aware that you should never lean on your forearm. The pressure on the edge of the guitar is there for keeping the guitar in place only. You should imagine a long, unbroken connection from your spine all the way to your fingertips. Now, focus on 2 muscles, the deltoid and the trapezius. The deltoid muscle is active in stabilizing the right arm. The trapezius should be completely disengaged, and it will feel elongated if you are sitting correctly. Look at this exercise I'm doing. I use this exercise to check my posture. When my right hand comes to the guitar, I find the first string with my ring finger. The left hand supports the guitar when I take the right hand away. Before we actually pluck the string, we'll talk about what fingers do when they are not playing in this segment called planting versus referencing. When you think of a bowed instrument like a violin or cello, the arm can move freely because the bow is in contact with the string. We have an opportunity to do the same thing on the guitar. The forearm is not our best contact point. Obviously, it is the place closest to the strings where we have constant contact. But beware, working from the forearm is dangerous, both technically and physiologically. Why? First, we could lean on the arm. This adds unnecessary pressure, unnecessary tension, and could mess up our posture. Secondly, this contact point is still too far away to really help with our finger placement. When we make mistakes, we tend to clamp down harder on the arm. Our finger motions become tinier, tenser, the form of the hand becomes irrelevant, and our tone begins to suffer. So, what we should try to do is free up our arms and make big, loose, accurate motions with our fingers. Instead of working from the forearm, we plant or anchor a finger onto a string, much like completing a circuit from your spine to the guitar. We distribute the weight of the arm onto that finger. The wrist is straight and the hand retains its form. Placing weight on a stationary finger allows the other fingers to move freely and locate the strings with accuracy. In some cases, you can plant two fingers while the other fingers play freely. Referencing is the same idea as planting, but the weight of the hand is not loaded onto the finger. You can see that the finger completes the circuit, but the string is not being pressed down in the same way. The form of the hand is stable. Yes, this requires a lot more control. The weight of the arm is evenly distributed between the reference finger, the forearm, and the lightly engaged deltoid muscle. A referencing finger can easily be activated, unlike a planted finger that feels stuck on the string. Here I am doing an exercise between all the fingers. I complete the circuit with each finger paying close attention to several things: the form of the hand, the reference finger, the forearm placement, the engaged deltoid muscle, and the disengaged trapezius muscle. Ask yourself, are any of these muscles unnecessarily tense? Is there a balance between control and range of motion? Experiment with big arm and shoulder movements while you are referencing. And now we come to the obvious, playing. Place your right hand over the strings. Take your ring finger and plant the fingertip onto the first string and imagine the ball in your hand. Notice that your knuckles hover high over the strings and the finger extends downward inward in order to gain contact with the string. Your shoulder should be loose. Now, locate the second string with your ring finger. Locate the third string with your pointer finger. And finally, locate the sixth string with the tip side of your thumb. Always keep in mind the curvature of the hand. The fingers need to extend downward to meet the string. Notice that your big knuckle hovers over the third string and that the mid-joint of the pointer finger should appear perpendicular to the third string. Your little finger should be relaxed beside your ring finger. The hand remains stationary as the fingertips reference their given string. Give your shoulder a quick moment to loosen. Now, let's focus on the third string played by the pointer finger. To activate the string, begin the stroke from the knuckle joint, pressing inward toward the elbow. Instead of grabbing the string with the tip joint, allow the fingertip to create a soft resistance going through the string. If you plan to use fingernails to play, plant the string at the point where the flesh and the nail meet. It's important to note that you don't have to do anything extra to bring the finger back to its resting position. All you have to do is release the finger from the knuckle joint and plant it again on the ringing string. Okay, now let's take a look at the second string played by the middle finger. Begin the stroke from the knuckle. Notice that it goes in towards the elbow. Now we're going to try the first string played with the ring finger. Send that all the way back to the elbow. Remember, the success of the stroke depends heavily on your posture and your ability to maintain a correct hand position. Now we go to the thumb. Plant your thumb on the sixth string and activate the string by making a direct line to the side of your pointer finger. In this position, the pad of your thumb should land just above the tip joint. If your thumb goes behind your fingers, your knuckles are too low to the strings. So prop up the hand by pushing the fingers down in towards the guitar. Place the thumb on the fifth string. In this position, the pad of your thumb should touch just below the tip joint of your pointer finger. Now, place the thumb on the fourth string. In this position, the pad of your thumb should touch on the side pad of your pointer finger. If the hand position is correct, the thumb should not impede the inward movement of the pointer finger. One final weird thing I'll ask you to do is to deactivate your pinching muscle. This is one of the very first things we learn to do with our hand. But unfortunately, when you activate the pinching muscle, then the thumb and the forefinger meet. This complicates the motion of both fingers and can set the hand out of alignment. This is what it looks like when the pinching is deactivated. And finally, we come to a single difficult exercise. Difficult in the sense that your arm, form, and finger movements need to be stabilized in order for you to do it. Here I'll always have a reference finger. So notice that I'm switching my reference finger all the time. I'm using a full range of motion with the finger and also with the thumb. The finger motions are very large, but the hand is very stable. I'm not pressing too hard on the forearm, and the shoulder is loose. Thanks for watching this video, and tune in for more classical guitar tips.